Well, that's the great thing about the Red Tie community is we bring people like you on the show that's actually been a Red Tie member, a client, and a referral partner, but there's something so much more. Greetings, Red Tie community. It's the bald guy in the red tie, John Butler, your favorite bald-headed red tie wearing show host. And Kaylee, did you know that I was voted as the #1 show host for Red Tie Community Show? You know why?
Because you're amazing at everything?
Yes, that's the best answer, actually. But the real answer is I'm the only show host, so I win by default. Okay. But I like your answer a whole lot better.
Yeah, thank you.
Kaylee Figueroa, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming on. So, folks, with the Red Tie Community Show, I set out to do this 2 years ago, and it's been going amazing. It's been going great. But the essence of this show is giving people a platform to share their stories, to share their lives, and the awesome things that they do. And so it's been so cool to kind of watch you on Facebook over the past year and a half and watch all these things that you're doing as a Mommy-Preneur. Trademark, I made that word up, I think. Have you ever heard that? Mommy-Preneur?
I love it.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
That's good. So you are the mom of 3 daughters.
3 babies.
How's that going?
It's a lot of work. They're all girls, so it's a lot of drama.
And they're all, okay, what are their ages again?
4, 2, and 9 months.
Oh, my Lord.
Yes.
So do you have mommy brain?
I do, all the time. All the time I have mommy brain. You know that.
Oh, my wife and we had 3 boys, all pretty much kind of like the same age difference there. Right now they're 13, 11, and 8. So I guess going back 10 years would have been about the same kind of thing. And my wife, bless her heart, pretty much went crazy because especially boys, well, I think kids under 5 will do that to you.
I heard boys are really hard.
Yeah.
I don't know how your wife did it. I mean, girls are hard, but apparently they're easy now and then they get hard.
I've heard the reversal,
yeah.
Right? So boys are hard early on and then they just kind of grunt and moan and for the rest of their teenage years. But girls,
a whole nother ball game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think with mine, with the boys, my mom gave me the mom's curse where she's like, you're going to have kids just like yourself. I'm like, and it's definitely coming true.
Well, I mean, they're going to be very successful then.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, speaking of successful, you are on the path of success. And one of the things I want to talk about is you are the Mommy-Preneur that I'm watching right now because you have a lot of things that you're doing here. As you can see on the setup here on the table, you are a very creative person, very crafty. And so what is your business name?
It's Crafty Little Fig.
And why Crafty Little Fig?
Well, my last name's Figueroa.
See what she did there?
I had to incorporate that a little bit.
A little play on words.
Yeah. But I just love making things and making people happy. Everybody likes custom stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what's so cool is like, when you go to Kirkland's and all these kind of stores, they have these signs or things, decorations for the house. Mm-hmm. And, we're in Temecula. We're in that kind of a nicer community, and people love buying stuff. And so it's so cool. If you could buy it at Kirkland, I would rather, steer people towards your direction, and you can actually get customized stuff. So like some of this stuff right here, like what we got going on here?
That is a sign that I made for my house because it's me and my husband and our 3 girls.
Nice.
So I can customize that to anything.
And so do you get these frames somewhere?
My dad's actually, you're not going to break it, it's fine. My dad's a cabinet maker, so I always just get the scrap wood from him or go out and buy a piece of wood from Lowe's or Home Depot.
And then you paint them and get them all dialed in? And
paint it, put the vinyl. That's vinyl.
Vinyl, nice.
Yeah.
And so what's this?
That's our wedding date. That was just on our fireplace. So I make those. Those are actually really popular. I sell a lot of those. So everybody just wants a little sign with their wedding date.
And nice butt. What's this about?
So that's for over your toilet. You can put toilet paper in it or anything you want. So they turn around and they see nice butt.
It makes them feel good for the rest of the day, right?
It's great. Yeah.
That's cool. And so how long have you been doing this?
Over a year. Yeah, a little bit over a year. I used to dispatch, so I can't do that anymore. And I wanted to make a little side money and do something I love. So.
Thus the name Mommy-Preneur.
Yes.
That's so cool. And so you have all this material at your house as far as like the decal machine and all that kind of stuff?
That little area in my garage, that's my office now.
Which, speaking of your garage, that was a pretty cool garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great garage.
Yeah. So you got your whole office, your whole operation set up there. and you make all of these signs. And so do you come up with the stuff yourself, or do the clients request stuff? Or
A lot of it's requested. Some of it I come up with it by myself. But I like Pinterest, so I see a lot on Pinterest and make stuff.
So is your Pinterest board just like, you have like hundreds of them kind of thing? Or
Oh
one
yeah,
of those
there's
people?
like Cricut stuff, there's cups, shirts, all kinds of stuff.
Nice. Oh, we got the softball mom.
Yes.
So you got it all dialed in. Oh, look at that. Looks like a softball. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Very cool. So were you always kind of this crafty kind of creative person then?
Yeah, I used to do this stuff by hand. I would actually paint it by hand before I had my machine or even knew about it.
Wow.
So then I stopped because I was a dispatcher, and then once that was over, started using the machine, and now it looks way better than what I did earlier.
Is it kind of a stress reliever too? Like, all right, mommy's in her empire dungeon here. Leave her alone, kind of thing. It's like an excuse. I got to go to work, kind of thing.
Yeah, kids are in bed at 7:30, and I get an hour to myself to just do whatever I want in my office.
You got some mommy juice with you while you're doing it?
Definitely have to have the mommy juice after 3 kids. Yeah.
Oh, gosh, man, 3 kids just fry the brain, doesn't it?
Oh, it's so much work.
Yeah.
3 is good. Like, that's enough.
Are you done?
Yeah, definitely done.
Good with 3?
Yeah.
Seems like 3 kids does that to you, because we stopped at 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, oh, just add 1 more. What's 4? Are you going to watch all 4 of my kids, or are you just going to watch 2 of them?
Have you noticed that when you had 2 kids, it's easy to get, the in-laws to watch the kids, but that 3rd one, they're like, oh, sorry, we're busy. We can't, can't help out with the babysitting.
Definitely. They're getting better. It's a lot of work. It's tiring. So I get it. But it's getting better.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's jump back to a story of how we met.
Yes.
Because the red tie community is all about connection. And what I love about how the story is evolved, if you will, is that I was referred to you by the Kaylee family, who I helped sell 2 houses and buy their dream house kind of thing. And so about 1.5 years ago, they reached out to me and they said, hey, my friend, she wants to sell her house and buy another one. Can you help her? And I said, absolutely. And she's like, well, they already have another real estate agent. I was like, uh-oh, I don't want to step on anybody's toes. So how was that initial real estate agent for you?
Well, that guy didn't care about us. He cared about making money. And when he showed me a house, he wasn't sociable, and he wasn't like friendly. It was just like, here it is.
You want to buy it?
Yeah. And then we had a meeting with him, and he talked to Nick the whole time. It was me, Nick, and that guy. Never made eye contact with me.
Yeah.
And it was just like, felt like I was just sitting there watching.
Yeah.
And then with you talked to me, you talked to Nick, like you involved us both, and you were actually normal and nice.
Normal and nice.
Yeah.
You hear that, real estate agents? If you're just normal and nice, that definitely helps in the real estate process.
Yeah.
I remember the night that I went over to your guys' house. It was just to kind of preview the house, see what, because you had to sell your house first and then buy a house. And so in real estate, that's known as a contingency deal. So, there's 5,000 real estate agents in this area, and not everybody knows how to work a contingency deal, meaning you sell the house to get another house. A lot of real estate agents just have trouble dealing with one transaction, so linking another transaction to it and making the timing nice and smooth so that way the client has a good experience. They have a lot of challenges with that, right? So I remember going to the first night, meeting with you guys, and it was raining, and it was like nighttime. I think it was dinner. I think Nick was feeding the girls.
He was.
It was just like a hot mess kind of thing.
Yes.
And I remember you're showing me the house. You're like, yeah, this is the room. And I was like, okay. And I was like, and you had a very stone exterior. It's very hard to read you, actually. Oh. So I was like, okay, well, I said whatever I said and stuff like that. And I remember leaving. I'm like, yeah, I don't think that went very well. But sure enough, a few weeks later, you guys called and you're like, okay, we're ready to pull the trigger. So.
Oh, it went great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both talked about how much we loved you, and.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So we listed your house, and actually, I think we found your dream house first. Mm-hmm. So we went and looked at a couple houses. You're like, nope, didn't like it, and I think it was like the 6th house, and you're like, this is the one.
Yeah, you saved the best for last.
I did.
Yes.
Unintentionally, but thank goodness it was the best for last.
And we didn't look at any more houses. I didn't want to. That was it. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, and you were dead set on that. And you're like, okay, no pressure, but you're getting me this house. And I was like, okay. And the challenge in that is that we didn't even have your house on the market quite yet, because we had to do the photos and the video and all that kind of stuff. But thankfully, and I don't know if I told you this part of the story, though, the sellers of that house I had actually sold their previous house a couple of years before with that same listing agent.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a good rapport and established relationship. And so when they saw our nice little letter that we did and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, the letter. Yeah.
You remember that?
I remember the letter, yes.
Yeah.
It was a good move.
It was.
It was a really good move, yeah.
And so for those who don't know, when you work with and you're making offers with real estate agents, a lot of times they'll just throw in an offer and it's just the contract and it's just black and white. And a lot of times they don't even fill out the email. They're just like, here's an offer for your listing. It's like, oh, wow, okay. So what I do as the bald guy in the red tie is I'll actually create a story and share that story in a nice little letter, well prepared, and present that with their offer. So that way it adds that human connection.
Yeah.
Because, real estate is a business, but it's also very personal. Real estate's very emotional and personal. You're dealing with the house. That's where little Johnny grew up, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to position you guys as this cute family that's moving into their house. Well, thankfully, I'd sold their house a couple of years before. And so they knew that we could get the job done. So they accepted our offer, and then we had to get the pressure on to sell your guys' house, which I think we did in about 2 weeks.
Yes, it was so fast.
So, and remember that 3D model thing that we did?
That was the
cool.
best. I still have it because I still want to look at our old house.
Yeah.
So I think I sent it to one of my friends who wanted to use you.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I appreciate too. And this is where the community thing comes in, is that, the Kaylees referred me to you, and then you've been a powerhouse of referrals. I mean, I think over the past 12 months, I think I've had at least 5 come through.
Well, there's going to be more. We've got a lot of friends.
Yes. So keep them coming.
I will.
Keep them coming.
Yes.
Keep the community growing.
Yes.
So I just really appreciate you guys doing that. So thank you.
Of course.
So moving on, you got this awesomeness going on here with your crafts, but just recently, over the past 90 days, you've actually done something, you're starting a whole new group.
Yes.
Tell us about your group.
Well, it's called Hot Mess Mom Squad, and it's for moms because it's so hard to get mom support, and it's so hard to make friends, especially when you're stuck at home.
Yeah.
So pretty much all my friends are my husband's coworkers' wives. So I decided to just branch out a little bit and see if there's any other moms who kind of are in the same boat. And there's about 900 people in my group now.
In the past 90 days, you've created a Facebook group.
Yes.
And it's expanded to 900 members.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's great. There's posts going all day long. I've talked to several moms, and they said that they've made really good friends. They've done play dates, and so mission accomplished.
That is awesome because I remember with my wife, she's grown up here, so she had a lot of good friends and a lot of good, strong relationships, stuff like that. But day in and day out, you can really, especially with the young ones, sometimes you could feel isolated. You're at home, if you're stay-at-home mom kind of thing, and it can really kind of get to you. And so if you can connect with other moms, it definitely just seems to help so much.
Yeah, definitely, because it's not like you can just go out and talk to somebody at a bar and try and make friends. They're going to think you're weird or something.
Well, as parents, what do we do when we do get the rare occasions to go out? What's the number one thing that we talk about? Our kids.
Yeah, definitely our kids.
So even though you're trying to get away from the kids, when you go somewhere, you're just like, so do you got kids? I got kids. You want to talk about kids? You're like, no, I don't want to talk about kids.
Right? I used to cry as soon as I'd leave them, I'd be in the car and I'd be crying, and then I'd fix my makeup real quick and then go out. Text my mom or text my mother-in-law and be like, are they okay?
Every 15 minutes?
Yeah, or every hour I would call. I've kind of slowed down, but when they sleep over, I call them every hour almost.
Wow.
I need to slow down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this group really just is kind of becoming this hub for young moms that need to connect with other people.
Yeah.
Because it does help with the sanity, because it is so common to fall into the pit of, oh my God, only my kid is the one that poops and smears it all over the wall or something like that, right? But then you talk to other moms, you're like, oh yeah, that happens twice a week.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
no biggie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's honestly, this group is about moms supporting each other and lifting each other up. So
I read your community rules or something like that. You said no drama for realies or something like that. I was like, that's great.
Yeah.
Like, you will be kicked out.
Yeah, who needs drama? I got enough of it with my 4-year-old. Good.
Yeah. And so what's the common things that you guys talk about? Because obviously I can't be a part of the group because I'm not a mom. I am a hot mess, though, but I'm just not a mom. So.
Yeah, no guys allowed because we don't want any creeps in there.
Good.
With a bunch of moms.
Fair enough.
Yes, because moms post their pictures of their kids, but it's about if your kid has a fever and you're scared what to do, or if this kid's got something going on, a rash, or anybody wants a play date. A lot of moms are introducing themselves because we keep getting members every day.
Awesome.
So it's a lot of play dates and a lot of funny gifts.
Yeah?
You know those. Yeah.
Oh, yes. I'm definitely, I have quite the library of memes and GIFs.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you do.
Yeah. That was probably the best experience of working with the ball guy on the red side, right?
Yeah, it was definitely. And everybody I tell about you, they're like, oh, okay, he's sending me a lot of gifts and memes. I'm like, oh, that's normal. I should have warned you about that.
Yeah, sometimes I can overdo it, but that's my style. I like to go over
bad.
the top.
It's great.
Well, when you're texting, the tonality is so important. And so, I don't know how I lived my life without GIFs and memes, right? Like now it's like, now I can just drop,
You probably have so many saved.
Oh, yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I need help. I have a serious meme addiction.
It's not a bad one, though.
Yeah,
it's a good one to have.
It's better out of all the other ones, right?
Yeah.
So with this group, are people actually starting to go meet each other and have the play dates, like you're saying?
I've had 2. I posted 2 myself.
Awesome.
That mud run that's coming up?
Mm-hmm.
Forgot what it's called, but there's a group of mommies that are going, and we're going to be making them shirts for it.
Nice.
So,
See, it ties into
the
business.
It's working out. Yeah.
Well, and that's what I love about being a Mommy-Preneur is that you really seem to have that instinct for business, and it's really cool to watch you develop this, but then also develop a community around just what's going on in life, right? Being a mommy and stuff like that. But then it kind of feeds into one another, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, just like you, I'm all about helping people out.
Yeah, and anytime you can connect people, I think there's power to that. So that's really cool. So is the mud run, is it going to be like hot mess mom squad team kind of thing?
I don't know what they're doing. They want me to be part of their team, but there's so much going on at home. I don't know if I can do it. So we'll see.
And
gotta find a babysitter.
Is that the 5K or is that a half marathon?
I think it's the 5K.
And you're running through mud?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds great. It'd be fun. But I can't
nice
even run up the stairs without getting out of breath. So.
This is true.
Yeah.
I posted a meme the other day. It said something along the lines of, are you the only one that, has to purposely breathe quieter so you don't scare people around you that you're going to die when you get to the top of the stairs? Getting a little fat here, So it's part of it. So what do you see happening for this group? Do you guys have plans for, is it all about growing it to like 10,000, 100,000? What are your goals there?
I would love to grow the group because the more members, the better. So I want to connect everybody. Like today everybody posts their Instagram name so we can all follow each other and maybe somebody knows somebody that needs something. So if we can just all help each other out, I think it's good enough.
That was so cool. And so you have the 3 kids, and how long have you guys been married?
Oh gosh, 5 years. We just had our 5-year
vow
renewal.
Right.
Yeah.
There we go.
Sorry, Nick. I had to think about it for a second.
So I love relationship stories. How did you meet Nick?
Well, we met playing at church dodgeball, and my mom took me to church because I broke up with my ex, which his name was Nick too. So she took me there, and she's like, I want you to just stay away from guys. And then she found this flyer that said, play dodgeball. So we went and played dodgeball, and we got into it. And then I was like, kind of like, Mom, okay, like I'll go by myself. You can stay there. Because it was all people my age.
Right.
And I ended up dating like 5 or 4 guys from dodgeball. And then the lady that hosted it was like, oh, you should date him. He's super nice. Pointing to my Nick. And I was like, I don't think so. His eyes are so big, he looks like an alien.
Is this really your first impression?
That was my first impression.
Of your future husband?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then one of the guys that go to dodgeball kind of like set us up a little bit. So we started talking, and we're standing by our cars talking. And when the conversation ends and you're both just like awkwardly standing there? Mm-hmm. So he looks at me and he goes, okay, we're done here. You can leave. And I didn't know what to do. So I was like, okay, bye. And then for some reason.
When you're in love, huh?
Yeah. For some reason that made me want him.
That's interesting. Way to go, Nick. Good job, buddy.
He did a great job.
With your big alien eyes. Has he been told about the alien part?
I have told him about the alien eyes. And then I saw his mom. Like, I met his mom for the first time. And I remember calling my mom right away. And I'm like, oh, my God, I know where he gets his eyes from. Because his mom has big, beautiful eyes also.
Yeah.
So now my kids have it because that's what I wanted.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And so Nick is in law enforcement, so
Yes.
thank you for that. That's awesome because, you
Yeah.
see so much with social media over the past decade and stuff like that. You see a lot of hate towards law enforcement, and it's just sad because I have a lot of family in law enforcement and friends and stuff like that. And they're some of the best people on the planet, but there seems to be this negative kickback, and it's just, I think your husband's one of the best.
Thank you.
Oh, he's super nice.
Yeah, well, just like with everything, there's always one bad seed somewhere. Not all cops are bad. I mean, sure, there's one, but
Yeah.
not all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing with real estate. Everybody thinks of real estate agents as, ambulance chasers, car salesmen,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. They have a very negative reputation, but hopefully, I stand out as someone that does the right thing, just like Nick does the right thing, like
Yeah.
I went on a ride along a couple weeks ago in his department, and what he has to deal with on a day-to-day basis. I mean, I think the thing that I was most shocked by was the mental health aspect that he has to deal with. I mean, there's a lot of mentally ill people just wandering around.
Yeah.
And then you throw in some methamphetamines with it and just the lifestyle of just being, a vagrant or whatever it might be. And it's just like, oh my gosh, I don't know how he does it day in and day out.
Yeah, he's honestly amazing. I don't know how he does it either because it's a lot on his plate. He has to balance all that, balance the crazy people, balance his family, his wife. I don't know how he stays sane, but he is very professional at what he does, and apparently he's really good at it.
He's a very mellow and stable kind of personality.
Yeah.
Like he's not one to fly off the handle. He's definitely just, straight shooter kind of guy.
Definitely, yeah.
But yeah, when you mentioned that about, he's got to balance the family aspect, like I can't imagine dealing with all that crazy. And then, because I remember when I was selling real estate, or I still sell real estate, but I'd go home after a long day of work and, my head's all scattered. And then I come home, walk through the door, and my wife's like, hands me the kids. Here, your turn.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so here's job number 2 kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, you stay-at-home moms, you guys, that's more than a full-time job.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you guys are counselors. You guys are the babysitters. You feed them. You taxi drivers. I mean, the list goes on what moms do.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of work. I don't know how moms that actually work full-time and be a stay-at-home, well, not stay-at-home, but a full-time mom.
Right.
I don't know how they do it. It's amazing.
Yeah. Best piece of advice I can give you is that it does get a little bit easier once they get in school, because I know all 3 of yours are still at home constantly. So.
Yes.
Wait, no, are one of them in preschool?
She's going to start kindergarten. Well, she does preschool twice a week.
Yeah.
But-
I remember when that first one happened with the preschool, it was like, oh my God, 3 hours alone. That's great. Right? That relief?
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. So how many more kids? You're totally done with it?
Totally done. I mean, I don't know. We kind of go back and forth.
Yeah.
But it's just so much work. And then his job, and now that I'm doing this and all my other stuff that I'm doing, it's a lot of work.
Yeah. Well, how are you going to grow this business here?
I don't know. I just kind of word of mouth, honestly. I don't want to do the Etsy stuff because the fees are too high. Just all Instagram and word of mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the best way that they can find you on Instagram and Facebook?
Crafty Little Fig.
On both of them?
On both of them. Yep.
So type in Crafty Little Fig, and you can find out how to get some of these custom orders here. And I love that you show up to the studio today, and there's real estate agents all around kind of thing. And within 30 seconds, you sold 3 of them.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you're a crafty little fig. And I know you didn't really want me to, well, we kind of talked about this before the show, not to reveal it, but.
Are you sure?
Well, so gentlemen, I'm going to do you a favor. Men listening, you want to reach out. I know, because I know you, because I'm a man myself, and you're going to wait for Mother's Day, and you're going to be waiting to the very last minute, because that's how us guys do.
It's okay.
And we're going to buy some flowers that are going to be overpriced, and then we're going to buy some wine, because moms love wine.
Mamas need wine.
But we have a very special gift here, and so I'm going to have to lift it up, I think. Let's see. So we got this box right here. So from Crafty Little Fig, you can buy this before Mother's Day, gentlemen, so make sure you get this. And this box is $80. And it comes with an envelope too, right?
Yes.
Okay. So gentlemen, this is what you're going to get for $80. And it's going to make your life so much easier. And she's actually going to be impressed that you thought about something ahead of time. So she makes custom t-shirts. So she will make a custom t-shirt with your wife's name and the kids' names on it. Yes. So you get that. So your wife will be like, oh my gosh, you're so thoughtful. And then it's going to come with a candle, which is right there. It's going to come with matches that say Mom on it. And it's got, what else we got here? Oh my gosh, got lots of stuff. Nail polish. And this is my favorite part.
Yes.
Custom wine glass says, Mama needs some wine. How about that?
We all need wine, especially after 3 kids.
What's this?
That's the straw that goes with it.
Ooh, wine
Fancy.
through a straw.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy.
You gotta have your lipstick.
This is true. See, I did not know that.
Yeah.
See, that's a good mom thing to know. And then this is a bath bomb.
Mm-hmm.
All right, perfect. And then, but wait, there's more. Get a folder. What do we got here? What's this?
That is for your hair.
Mm-hmm.
Every mom likes to do their hair, get their hair done, so it's 20% off.
20% off for hair. And then
That's the big one.
What's this?
That's $50 off a photography session. And she is amazing. She did my wedding photos and some photos at home. So,
nice.
Yeah, I highly recommend her.
So, gentlemen, and my wife's been, actually, I'm going to use this because my wife has been hounding me for years that we need to do family photos, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, it's one of those things that you just kind of put off. So you actually get $50 off the session. Nice. Yes. And what's this?
Those are the eyelash extensions because everybody's into those now. And it's so nice just waking up and your eyelashes look great.
They're just always perfect.
Yes.
Again, all these things my wife loves, so I know other wives are going to love this. And what's this?
Cupcakes and cakes because who doesn't love that?
Oh, yeah. What's this?
Microblading.
Microblading. Nice.
Yes.
For the eyebrows?
Yes.
All right. And
that's me.
And that's your gift certificate?
Yeah.
And what's this?
This is for organizing. You know that show, Maria Kondo?
Yeah.
I always butcher her name. But Heather does this, and she's amazing.
Very cool. And so is this a gift certificate as well?
Yeah, she's got all her info right here.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So, you know those closets that are just overflowing with diapers and toys and all that kind of stuff? This lady will come through and organize it all. So just the discounts alone are worth way more than $80.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, so the value savings that you're going to get on this, and then all this cool stuff that are custom made for your wife, for the mom of your life. Gentlemen, $80, crafty little figs, so make sure you make that happen. So very cool.
Thanks.
Awesome. Well, any final thoughts that you'd like to share with the Red Tie Community Show?
Well, I appreciate you having me on here. I love having you as a friend, and I love referring you to everybody. So you do an amazing job at what you do.
I appreciate that. And likewise, you guys have been awesome friends and just a referral partner, and I'm glad you guys love your home.
Oh, it's the best home ever.
It really was a dream home. You
so
knew it instantly.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I finally almost finished painting it. We got like 1 room left.
Well, and every time, so I've actually had you make some red ties for me and stuff like that, and I put them on dirt bikes or the back of my car and things like that because that's what Crafty Little Fig does. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, every time I go to your house, I'll kind of peek in, and you got some new cool artwork on the wall and things like that. So you're just one of those moms that does that, and that's just really neat.
Thanks.
So, but keep it up. You know, Mommy-Preneurs make the world go round. You're doing an incredible job raising your children, and that is the most important thing.
Thank you.
So keep it up. Proud of you guys. And that's it for this episode of the Red Tie Community Show with Kaylee Figueroa, the Crafty Little Fig, and the ball guy in the red tie, John Butler, your favorite bald-headed red tie wearing realtor and host, saying see you in escrow. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.